Hello, my team is made up of Ariana, Nelly, Román, Cynthia, and myself, Mariana, and we will talk about the Day of the Dead festivities in the United States. Historically, most Americans associate the end of October with Halloween, a holiday dedicated to all things spooky. However, there is another fall celebration celebrated by at least part of its population. The Day of the Dead, a Mexican holiday that honors those who are no longer with us. Held between October 31st and November 2nd, this annual festival is one of the most important in Mexico, and people of all ages and walks of life gather to celebrate. While the most authentic way to experience this party is in Mexico, but Mexican communities in a lot of cities across of the United States go to great lengths to honor their roots from afar.
San Francisco has been celebrating the Day of the Deer for almost 50 years. Every November, 2,000 of people congregate in the Mission District, a colorful neighborhood with a significant Spanish-speaking presence. For the Festival of Applause, all this popular event, visitors are invited to wear traditional clothing, stroll through the neighborhood, and make their contribution to community altars at the Cumberland River for a launderer. In process, a typical South Florida every November 2, that is for all ages and this respect the cultural essence of the Day of the Deer, but also introduces a modern aesthetic diverse by regional artists.
Hi, I am Román and I tell you about two states. The first is downtown San Antonio, Texas. Well, on October 26 and 27, Muertos Festival will invade Hemisphere, a popular outdoor cultural center, and fill it with a puppet show, art workshops, musical performance, and live poetry. There are offering contests. And the other state is Chicago. Chicago, which each year offers various attractions and entertainment related to the Day of Death to the delight people of all age. In restaurants, coffee shops, parks, and museums, it smells of copal, incense, bread of the dead, and marigold flower. Residents assembles offerings with a traditional Mexican element, decorate the places with skulls, Catrinas, and papel picado, an authentic mix of the cultural syncretisms of Mexico and the United States. And that's all for me, and thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Cynthia. I am going to tell you about the Day of the Dead in Manhattan. It's began in Manhattan, a three-day event October 25-27 of the 8th year of six marks in the Bowery, a church in Manhattan. In addition to making an altar and attending shows, there sell all kinds of traditional products from papel picado to pan de muerto. The Mexican population in the United States has brought such tradition to the country. The bakeries are filling with pan de muerto to the stores at food and materials necessary for the offerings, and the streets are designed in confetti. In addition, there are dozens of events with art, live music, and story to record the Mexican tradition. Every year, the Harvard Peabody Museum has an exhibit dedicated to the Day of the Dead. The exhibition features pieces from Alice Melby's collection of Mexican folk art and depicts the Aztec origins of the holiday on the Catholic symbolism incorporated into the tradition, from skeletons to luxurious figures of Jesus. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, there is a community festival of Catrinas with arts and dancers. In San Francisco, California, it hosts an annual Dia de los Muertos exhibit in which artists are invited to install on altars and expand to other forms of creation.
The Day of the Dead is also celebrated in the Fruitvale
District of Oakland, California. The Museum of Mexican Art in Austin, Texas sponsors the creation of community altars in the conjunction with the Viva la Vida Festival. The National Museum of Mexican Art in Chicago has a Day of the Dead dance along with a host of other festive offerings. The Art of the Sugar Skulls is an expressive means to preserve the tradition of this holiday. In some California cities, such as Los Angeles, it is very common in the celebration of the Day of the Dead that La Catrina appears, which has become the favorite character of many people to decorate their houses during these festivities. On November 1st, the Hollywood Cemetery fills with color, since it is a tradition to mount an exhibition of altars that every year surprise visitors with the creativity that is printed on them. Parades are also held in which people dress up as Catrinas or skulls and go throughout the cemetery to pay tribute to the dead. In the Place neighborhood there are dances, parades and the traditional race of the deer, in which the participants travel 5 kilometers and winners receive sug the same by the local painter Ders Magaña.